Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be modifying. We're going to be cutting and then drilling and then a little bit of screwing, and that's going to be today's YouTube video. It's going to be short. That's all we're going to do, so let's get started. That's over there. Okay. Done. Other half of this piece has a giant hole in it, so I'm going to cut off, put around the giant hole. So I'm going to cut off right there. This area is one I'm going to keep. Other areas one I'm not going to keep. Now this piece I'm going to cut. This piece is newer, so that's why it looks so clean. Okay. Alright. That is what that looks like for now. And now I got to cut. Now I'm going to cut this bigger piece, and after that I'm going to vacuum the dust, and then I'm going to measure this piece one more time and measure another piece, and I'm going to cut those pieces just to explain why I'm doing that in a specific way for the thing I'm putting together. So I'm building walls for a wooden toolbox I made a few years ago, and I'm going to put the cut pieces of wood on the wooden toolbox. That's why I'm explaining that. So let's get to it. Okay, so it seems we've ran into a problem. This piece on top does not match the size of that piece, which means we have to fix it now. Goodness. I'll cut that out later. Okay, so now we're going to make these two pieces. We can cut off that little tiny edge right there. Right where my thumb is. We're going to cut off that little tiny space because I miscalculated that. So we're going to get that. make sure it's all level. Okay, now I take this and actually need that piece back in there. So I'm using the flat side of the saw here. Okay. Press down on that. Mark it with the saw, and now I cut. Now it's cut, and it should fit. It does fit. It's level on both sides, as you can see. Yeah, it's the remaining piece broken in half, which means it's not useful. So there you go with that. That is done. And now we move on. Okay, it seems we have ran into a small problem, which is fine, but there's a little bit amount of space right there, but I'm not worried about it. But what we have to do now is drill holes in that wall. 2 holes and 2 screws and put it together. And we have to get 2 screws this way. So we're going to use about 2, we're going to use 6 screws right there. And we're going to make it look really nice and everything, and it's going to look really cool. So let's get on to it. Alright, so now we got the drill set up. So we're going to drill 2 pilot holes right in there. And once we get those screws in, we're going to drill a pilot hole here, right where my finger is, and another pilot hole here to go into that piece of wood, and another one right here, and another one right here. But I'm going to do it with the lid closed for those pilot holes. So, let's get on to it. Since the pilot holes are done, now we're going to drill big holes for the screw. So give me a second to get set up here. You take a screw, doesn't matter which one, just a screw. And we're starting with 7/64. Okay? And we're matching the bit in between the screw, and the 7/64 does not appear to be the right one. So you go bigger. This is 1/8. Doesn't seem like the right size to me. Okay, this bit is too big. So 1/8 is the right bit. Yep, 1/8. Okay. So now the pilot holes, since there is pilot holes, we take this bit and we're going to drill on where those pilot holes were exactly. Okay. Okay, now holes are drilled, now we can put the screws in. Okay, well, we ran into a problem. I didn't think ahead. That's happened. Apparently what I think happened here is I did not drill all the way through this piece. So that is a mistake on my part. Go grab a longer bit so I drill through both pieces of wood, because my bits are hex shanks, so that means that the entire bit is in it, but the only thing is that half of the bit is a hex shank, so that means I have to go get a bit that doesn't have a hex shank. So I will be back and I will do that. Okay, now I have the right bit to do so. A bit so sharp, I can literally just twist it. Now I put that on. Using a special holder, magnet. So it holds the screw like that. It has a magnetic ring around it. And it holds the screw like so. drill through the sides, just about 2 screws. And then oops, I made a mistake here. Okay, so we're going to start with the long bit. Okay, so we gotta make sure we're lined up here. And we're gonna flip it like this. Make sure it's all in line here. And check if I drilled the wood, which I did. I drilled into the right piece of wood. Okay. Now I'm only doing this just to be careful. Okay. Now, take the magnetic thing off because I'm going to countersink it a little. Well, I'm going to make sure the screw goes in a little bit deeper to make it look fancy. Well, looks like I might have ran into a problem. Yeah, see how it's wiggling right there? That means I need a second screw underneath the first one, and I have to drill it right. So I'm just eyeballing it here. Eyeballing means winging it. For those of you that don't know that term, eyeballing. Gotta make sure the bit is aligned. Right about. It's not very sharp, so Okay, should do it. Okay. I believe that is in the right. I'm pretty sure it's in the right spot. Now just. Now I put it in and it should all be nice and flush. Okay. Yep. See how that looks nice and good? Now I gotta do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna show you it like this so you guys can see, and then I'm gonna actually be doing the drilling like this. So, what I want here is to get it done in here, one at the bottom and one at the top. And it shouldn't interfere with any of the screws, like the screws shouldn't screw into each other, literally. Because that would be bad and we don't want that to happen, so I'm going to do it like that. So I see what I'm doing, I'm going to flip it like that. You can see the bottom, ignore the writing there. I'll fill that in at some point. Okay, so first thing I gotta do is okay. Okay, that's a nice hole. Should be, everything's drilled now for this screw to go in. Perfect. The drill's it clicked, which means it's in there. So I have the first screw, now I have to get the second screw in. So I have to pre-drill the thing. Right about there seems good. This is my last screw. Now, you got a successfully installed wall. Yeah, that's going to take forever for a human to break into that without their bare hands. But yeah, we have this side of the. Oops. This won't split, but that's okay. So that's done. Now, what we have to do this wall, and I'm going to do a part 2 on that. And that I'm just going to do a YouTube short in because I don't know if I'm going to do a short or a long video. But I'll know that by tomorrow. So part 2 is going to for sure be tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and have a nice rest of your whatever. And I appreciate your support and everything.